Hello dear viewer, I'm Jalanon with Lunar Nebula LLC Gaming, and today let's review Chroma Squad, this tactical RPG by Behold Studios, on iOS. So, as it says below, it's a little hard to read. It's inspired by Saban's Power Rangers. So the basic premise of the game is it's a tactical RPG where you choose 5 different characters, and they all have different skills and abilities and equipment that you can do, and you save the world, as everyone should. So, the cost of the game is $4.99 on the App Store, and the playthrough I did, where I played through the entire game, took about 35 hours. And you can watch that Let's Play on the channel, and I will try to link to it at the end of this video as well. Other than that, you can replay this game quite a bit. There are quite a few decisions that affect bosses you face, stuff you can get, and usually that's done through the emails. Now this is one of the load files I have. So this is your studio. This is kind of the strategic management layer of the game. You can do crafting with materials you get, and eventually you unlock higher tiers of materials as you progress through the game via recording different seasons of the show. And as you go through seasons of the show, you also unlock new skills. Now, your characters do have stats and things, and at the beginning of the game, who you choose, you can choose based on stats and different abilities they have. And of course, you have equipment to worry about as well, since our actors need something to help fight some alien menace. You know, it just makes sense. You've also got your robot, which you can also upgrade, which does lead to various options. Now, you don't get to see all your upgrades all the time for the robot. You only get to see the next level, but usually the upgrades are just increasing what your gear already has. So, take for instance the shield shell, it'll probably just give more defense and not anything else, right? It's pretty good though, 70% defense. Whereas this one just gives plus 30% defense, but you get your super skill reload. Now, one thing not really explained well in the game, the combos you get will multiply this ability. And as you tap and hold on this, you can see value multiplied by current combo bonus. So, you gotta pay attention to the little things, and it will help you. That also applies to your special attacks. The combo will impact the amount of damage you deal with this sword strike. So, if you have no combo, you'll deal at least 8,640. If you have 3 combo, it's probably closer to 17,000. Until you increase your attack power. Then that may or may not affect it. You'll have to play to find out. Other than that, you have the marketing layer. You can choose whether you want to market your video, get more fans. And the more fans you have, that can equate to more stuff you can do in the future. And more money. So, hey, why not? And once again, fans and money will be the constraints for your resources to improve and equip your team. Because you do want to give them the best Avenger broom you can. It's pretty great. I do love the humor in this game. I think it's appropriate for, say, any audience, Power Rangers viewing age and above. And I think Behold Studios did a great job hitting that mark. Now, some things parents may be concerned about. You could say this game is mostly about violence-solving problems, you know. But it really depends on how you view it. I mean, if you're facing an alien menace that nobody can defeat, what else are you going to do, right? So violence does tend to solve that problem to some degree. Another thing to keep in mind is that the main antagonist of the game shows up later, and he does do some brainwashing, and it's implied possibly torturing, but it's done in that Saturday morning cartoon / Power Rangers fashion where it's like, oh, you kind of have to think about this or be older to realize that that's going on. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're concerned about that. Yeah. Overall, the value of this game, I think, is pretty high for what you pay for it. And the people who are going to like this game are those who like kind of more streamlined tactical RPGs, Fire Emblem style, stuff like that. The people who won't like it as much are those who love the hardcore aspect of RPGs and delving deep into the mechanics, trying to break the game. You may not like this one as much, even on hard mode. Reviewers were saying, yeah, it wasn't that hard. I played this on normal mode because I wasn't sure how difficult it'd be. I really enjoyed my time with it. I still had to make tactical decisions and try to meet the director's instructions in order to gain more audience and all that. Now there are some ways around that, where if there are no time limits, you can just keep running around with one of your characters to keep getting audience. But hey, that's one option you can do. It does take time. It can get boring. You know. Other than that, there is no controller support for this on iOS. So if you really like controller, that might not be the best option for you. So without further ado, we don't need to upgrade our studio. We'll just go straight into this episode after answering one thing of mail. Yoink. So this is the mail. This can control some of the things you do. And I believe by answering this mail, where I didn't pay my electric bill, I actually got this level out of it. Ho ho ho. So, we're going to start. And as you can see, there's a little cutscene at the beginning of each level. You can fast forward it by tapping and holding. And I will do so. Now, I do not believe this level was seen in my playthrough, so that's one example of the replayability. Alright. We'll skip this. And Jay Nelton is this devil lawyer's name. It's alright. Yep. And here we go. The meat of the game. The strategy. The tactics. The combat. Alright. And we got a guest actor. Yay! So sometimes guests will show up, special events, etc., etc. So, the director's instructions, we want to defeat the boss monster with a finishing move, which takes 5 people. If you do that too early, you lose fans, or audience, I should say. Fans are different. Fans you gain at the end of the episode, or lose. And we can also defeat 3 enemies in the same turn. Now, this is our scout, the Yellow Ranger. So, we're going to move, gain audience, then attack. Now, as you can see, she wasn't strong enough to take this guy out on her own entirely. So what we're going to do, Bert and Flashy, you guys are going to teamwork. Yeah! So Flashy, let's teamwork with Bert. Now, as you can see, the blue squares are your movement. Yellow squares are extra movement from teamwork. Bert just lifted Flashy up. Now we can deal double damage, almost. Not quite. But that's okay. We're going to go over here, whack this guy. And then we're going to move over here and lunarize. Or chromatize is the actual one you can do, but you can customize all the little quotes they say. And so, right there, it was lights, camera, chromatize. That's the original one. You could just say, you know, with hearts of love and justice, we will defeat these guys. You know, come up with your own quotes. Stuff like that. Justice strike. So yeah, usually your guests have some pretty good stuff. Good job, Flashy. And yeah, little quotes will pop up, one-liners, stuff like that. Oh no, our friend is being ganged up on. So, we're going to have to be careful. Wow. Oh, and easy. Usually bosses get multiple actions. Seems a little unfair until you beat them. You know, one of those things. But at least none of our guys got hit, so we're good. Now, you can tap on the portraits on the left side to control different characters. And that's good because you will sometimes want to move certain people over others based on turn order and all that. Setting up combos and the like. One tip that I didn't know until later is that the weapons can also activate teamwork attacks. So once you select a target, the guys who can join you on that teamwork attack with weapons will lift up their weapons, and you'll see that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that in a second. Let's see, we're going to teamwork. We're going to move our assault over here. Teamwork again. And we can use Eagle Lasso, round up this guy. That's a free action, which is why I could do that and still act. And if I use this, you can see our Assault is holding up her sword. Let's go, Wind. Alright, now, you gotta be careful though, because some actions will activate just by clicking. Like multi-shot, if there was anybody nearby, it would just activate. It would be bad. So be careful. But if you want to see more tips and tricks, you can check out my articles on lunarnebula.com, Gaming Tips and Tricks 23 and 24 on Chroma Squad. I'll try to leave a link below. And other than that, that should cover most of the things I've learned in this game. So, without further ado, do I recommend this game? Yes, I do. I enjoyed it. I think that people who like lighter, streamlined, tactical RPGs like this will enjoy it. And if you love the Power Rangers and pixel art, I think you'll enjoy it. If you don't like pixel art, you don't like simpler tactical games, or tactical games at all, you probably won't like this game. So, I hope you enjoy Chroma Squad, dear viewer, and have a great day.